Good morning, you beautiful people. Let's see if it's right. Can everybody hear me? Can everybody hear me live? Put in the comments, guys, if you can hear me. See if everyone can hear me clearly. We've got four on. Good morning, everybody. I just thought I'd do this live a little bit earlier. Thought might as well have something to talk about. Write in the comments, guys. Let us know you can hear me clearly. How are we doing, Adam? Can you hear us, bud? Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Durham Biker. Did you become? Did you get a moderator, Spanner Durham? Because I think I made you moderator last night, mate. How we doing, Boomerang? I've got to say, guys, hey, there's some wallies on YouTube, isn't there? Absolute wallies. The thing is, a lot of these people on YouTube, they can take it, but they can't give it. Morning, guys. Listen, guys, if you want to become a member of the channel, you can by just clicking join, just support and get a badge. Or listen, if there's people out there that want to become a moderator to the channel for some of the lives that we're doing, let us know and I'll make you moderator. Because I'm going to start interviewing Cyberbully Exposed tomorrow night. But yeah, man, listen, guys. The thing is, right, you've got to understand as well. I've had so much crap for 3 years. These mugs get crap for a couple of days and they can't take it. They start crying. I mean, you got Morto complaining that I was mentioning about his dogs. But he's been calling me a wrong for months and months and months. So just to keep the peace, I know people were saying, "Oh, don't take the videos down." I just took them down because, keep him happy. So let's see if he keeps his mouth shut, right? That's what I want to know. Let's see if he keeps his mouth shut because he's see a lot of this is the playground bully mentality, guys, right? They can give it, but they can't take it. You're dealing with a bunch of people on YouTube that couldn't fight sleep, man. Honest to God, they couldn't knock the skin off a rice pudding. That's what you're dealing with. You're just dealing with people that have grew a channel on the back of me. Now, you got to remember, guys, listen, I'm nothing special. But me and Axel built an amazing podcast. Um, we were doing documentaries, knife crime, ghost hunts. How we doing YouTube based? How we doing, bro? Um, we were doing everything, and it was actually Moto and Dildo that actually got my podcast copyrighted and took down, man. Just lucky now that they've changed the YouTube community standards where people can't just get your channel took down there. But I think that more needs to be done on YouTube where people need to show their ID and give a good reason for why they're opening a YouTube channel because YouTube's a business, man. Do you know what I mean? YouTube is an actual business. So you can't just come on YouTube, start calling people the N word and think that it's okay. Because if you've done that in jail, you get slashed up. In jail, you've got to show your papers, and you're not an N, and someone's calling you an N, you're getting slashed up right up, man. You know what I mean? Same in the outside world. You just can't go walking around calling people that. But I always say, don't throw stones in glass houses. Decca's made more channels than that's a good one, Boomerang. The thing is, to be honest with you, the guys, we've actually got some decent people on the channel. Do you know what I mean? Listen, I don't mind getting the piss took out of me. I don't mind having a bit of banter. I don't mind having a laugh. Call me a dickhead. It doesn't bother me. It's freedom of speech. It's just the constant N word. You know what I mean? It can't happen. How are we doing, Tricky Dicky Joe? I'm good, bro. I'm absolutely spot on. Like I say, if you want to be, listen, if any of my loyal followers want to become moderators to the channel, they're welcome. Just so we can get rid of the absolute dirty baggage that's trying to take over YouTube because there's so many. I'm going to give them a reason why I didn't go on Darren's live. I'll give them a reason for it. because I don't bow down to anybody. Listen, I haven't got a problem with Darren at all, but I'm not going to have anybody telling me it's now or never. Come on tonight or don't come on at all. Well, when I said a date, the 3rd of December, and then he says to Sean, but it's nothing to do with Sean. It's Darren's show. I was coming on to speak to Darren, not to speak to Sean. So what's Sean's not available. Well, right hand. It's me and Darren. I was coming on to give you my exclusive story. That's why. And then when I'm seeing all this like, oh, it's tonight or never, then I just thought, you know what, forget it, man. It's just drama. Like, you know what I mean? Like nobody's doing me a favour. I've got my own platform. I can grow my own channel. I don't need people to grow channel. Do you know what I mean? But no, I have nothing against that, and I think he's all right. He's spot on. He speaks like real. Do you know what I mean? He speaks real. He's aware of the rats on YouTube. Do you know what I mean? So fair play to him, man. Do you know what I mean? Darren's doing his own thing. I'm doing my own thing. Yeah, we're in different lanes. Do you know what I mean? But hey, Mr. Buggies is just a different kettle of fish overall. Cut a long story short, he spat his dummy out last night because I mentioned about the dogs, and I've got his threat. I was actually screenshotted. He's threatening me, take the videos down or else. Like, really? I'm not even taking that serious. Like, seriously. I'd get done for attempted murder, man. It's just not, it's like, you know what I mean? The thing is, guys, right, and I don't know if you'd agree with me on this, I don't get enough respect from a bare knuckle fighting. I've been doing it since 2013, and I've never been beat. Fair enough, the Danny Lockhart fight, because that's his real name, Lockhart. That fight was a draw, but you got to remember as well, I had pericarditis on my heart, a heart infection. I've never done cardio for 10 months. And he was putting sparring videos up 2 weeks before, and he was coming to crack off 6 weeks, 6 days notice. Fucking too right, it was 6 days notice, because I'd never done any training. But me, being the proud man that I am, I couldn't let anybody just mug me off online for 3 years and let them get away with it. So that's why we fight. Acro Sheriff, I was disappointed to see you attack Dr. Rackbull. Do you want to know something, mate? And I'll explain that. Mate, like, me and the doc had really friendly chats on Instagram. He was bang on with me. He's, speaking nice and having a good chat. Like, spot on. But don't go up publicly online and start mugging me off. Fair enough, people are saying it's part of his character. Not at my expense. I'm not getting mugged off at my expense. People come on YouTube publicly starting to say that I'm losing the plot and I'm going to be cuckoo. That's taking the piss, because I've actually been sectioned and I have got problems mentally. So for me, I took that as a bit of a personal dig. Do you know what I mean? That's why I had a go at Dr. Rackbull, because at the end of the day, don't be nice to me in private and then start mugging me off publicly. Do you know what I mean? Because you've got to look back at my videos, man. I was praising him and giving him a little bit of I was bigging him up. But this is the thing with these people: they take your niceness for weakness. You big them up, and then the next minute they're turning on you. It's like with Moto now. I've took the videos down of what I said about the dogs. So I've obviously hit a nerve. And now he's wanting to fight me. Seriously? I think what's happened, guys, is they've took the Dodgy Dave thing as a weakness. Now, I had one leg, and I took it easy on him because, as you've seen, the street's full of things. I wasn't inviting anybody to the house. I was saying, if you wanted to have a square go, trolls, bib on the front, give me half an hour notice, and we'll go on the field where there's no cameras. What do these people do? Turn up at a service station, come on, full of cameras. They're turning up at service stations and turning up on the front wearing like face coverings. What are you supposed to do? You know what I mean? Like, what they're wanting me to do is they're wanting me to commit an offence to get me sent down, to ruin everything that I've worked hard for. But it's tough. My podcast's coming back in 2023, everybody. I'm just waiting to get. I'm going to try and get a good film guy because, like I said, Axel's a hard act to follow. Listen, Axel will be welcome back with open arms if he wants to come back, but I don't think he does. I've not spoke to him, so I don't know. But you know, the podcast will be coming back. But I'm just going to have to look for a good filmographer, someone that can really edit good, someone to that level or even better. And like I said, Axel will be a hard act to follow. So I want to get back onto doing my documentaries and stuff like that. Like I say, guys, listen, if you want to become members, just click the join button and you become a member. And what I'll do is with my members, a lot of my members, I'll put them as moderators on my channel. Because all these clowns like your Matties on Cesspit and all them, the thing is with me, guys, right? I want, like, people can give me crap in the comments now. I won't delete the comments. Do you know why? Because it's freedom of speech. You know what I mean? As long as you keep it a little bit, like, not over the top. I mean, people are bigging me up. People will praise me in Dildo's lives or Cesspit's lives, and they get deleted straight away, but they're not even being abusive. They're just sticking up for me. Now, if someone was in these comments now sticking up for Moto or Dildo, I'm not going to remove them because they're sticking up for them. It's freedom of speech. They've got it. They're entitled to do that. Do you know what I mean? But you'll be deleted and blocked if you start coming out with the end crack because it's bull. It's not true. Do you know what I mean? But like I say, guys, the page is open for freedom of speech. If you want to ask me some questions, you can, guys. If you've got anything on your mind, you want to ask me anything, you can. I'm open to questions this morning. I'm in a good mood. But old Dildo, eh? Some cookie, that boy. I would say, Kev, I would say Matty definitely is a cloud chaser. Like, have you not noticed one thing as well, though, guys? Right? Like, have you noticed everyone's built the channel on the back of me? But I'm not even the biggest podcaster in Britain. I'm nothing, man. Me compared to like James English and Sean Atwood, I'm nothing. Like, I'm small fry. These are like fucking 300,000, 700,000 subs. My podcast only had 33,000 subscribers. So it's like I was just in my infancy in the podcast game. I'd only been doing it for 10 months and we built 33,000 subs. But all of a sudden, everyone seems to be, well, I might as well call myself Mr. YouTube. But now I'm calling myself Sir Decca Heggie. So call me Sir Decca Heggie. Or I might change it to Sir Mr. YouTube. You know what I mean? Trump, Donny. I'm in England, mate. Training's going really well as well. I'm training hard. Did Dean Lynch walk choke you out? Where are you eating that from, man? Genuine question. Why you repeat said you were sure? I'm going to be like, truthfully, Lottie. Let us get that up on the screen. I'll be honest with you, the Lottie. There's been times where I've thought about it, okay? And I will be honest with you, there has been times where I thought about doing it. But then it will never end. Like, I know you guys keep saying, if I show my size, it will stop. But no, it won't, because what they'll do then is they will. Some of my moderators are on the go already. Well done, guys. Some of them, what they'll do is the SARS acro, they'll pick it to pieces. They'll pick what they want, and then they'll troll me on that as well. I've admitted I've talked about the 2 grape allegations, openly spoke about them. What man would? I would, because I've nothing to hide. The kids stuff, that's absolute codswallop. That was a made-up story. You know what I mean? That was made up. But to answer your question, the Lottie, I have considered doing it, but then I thought, well, it's not going to stop the trolling, because what they'll do is they'll pick it apart and put up what they want to put up, and then start trolling me on that. So it'll just, and it's like fueling the fire, isn't it? They'll just keep doing it and doing it. So I thought, well, the thing is, it's something that I would have considered, but no one seems to be putting their paperwork up. Now, if I ask a man to put his paperwork up, I've got to show mine first because I'm asking him. I've got to show that I'm a good citizen for him to show his. But what they're doing is that every time they're asked to show theirs, they just deflect it and don't even answer you, man. And a lot of you guys will agree with me in the comments. That what's your name again? One or something. I tell you what, mate, you're obsessed with that Cody Late. Lucky you, mate. You're absolute obsessed with him. Sure, you've got a thing for him, mate. You're constantly going on about with him. You know what I mean? Who's the moderators? Get that Jules out of the comments. Sex case grass. Honestly, the thing is, this is what another thing, guys, right? You're not going to please them. Doesn't matter what you show them. You're never going to please them, eh? You never will. You never, ever will please these people because they're just sad people. Yeah. Do you think Dodger Dave sent it to befriend you? Yeah. I'll put that up, CJ. Yeah. I think Dodger Dave, I think Dildo was planted as a mole. I was actually going through a bad time at Christmas. I was going through really bad mental health problems. I was getting panic attacks and anxiety. And he actually went through a close person to me. He actually not groomed, but he got in with the close person to me to get to me. So then I finally met him. He actually drove all the way from Birkenhead to come and see me. And I thought, well, you're obviously going to think, what a nice man, do you know what I mean? And to do that, to come all the way and see me. And then he started like doing things for me. And then he was like, oh, you know, I want to come on the podcast with you. I'll help you out. I said, fair enough. So what happens was, during the making of the knife crime documentary, I found out about the newspaper articles about the old woman. And I just said, listen, I can't have him part of the podcast. If that gets out and he's part of that documentary, my podcast's finished. So that's why he's turned on me, because I outed him because of it. And then he and Moto copyrighted my official All Nothing podcast. It got 5 strikes, Moto 2 and Dildo 3. But I'm getting them back and they can't do it anymore now. As the new rules state in YouTube, if you fraudulently copyright people's channels, you are removed from YouTube. You get a warning and then you're off. Ray Ramos. Do you want to know something, Ray? I'd love to fight, but you know what's happened is the cult won't allow it. There's a person in BKB that's funding all this campaign against me. Cyberbully Expose has actually mentioned the man's name on his channel. If you go to Cyberbully Expose and subscribe to the guy, he's doing a really good job. Someone's paying the Humbles money and Humbles paying the foot soldiers. Everyone's on the payroll. Like, everyone's on the payroll. So I was actually set to fight, what's his name? Cunningham, who beat Brett May. I was actually scheduled to fight him in February at Wembley. And Dildo and the rest of the crew got onto BKFC, started giving them, harassing them, sending them loads of stuff. And then BKFC distanced herself from me. But it's funny because if I was a wrong un and I was such a Ted Bundy case, I wouldn't have got an American in 2014 twice to Philadelphia. Now, they say my crimes go back 20 years. So how did I get an American in 2014? What's their excuse now? Or the rules have changed? Rules have never changed, man. But now they're coming out with this gun allegation now that they planted on me, when they got someone to make a fake gun allegation. And that's another thing, guys, the 55-page acro. If you look at it, come on, be honest with us. When does an acro office make spelling mistakes consistently? Never. It says on the acro that I allegedly put a gun to a man's chin. It wasn't a man. It was allegedly a woman, man. But they've put a man. They've mixed up loads of dates, and it's totally fake, man. Totally fake. Like I say, anybody that comes in peace, that's credible, will get to see the real stuff. that someone close to me holds. Because I think people need to do a lot of research on these Sarah's law things, because you can't just get them like that. Do you know what I mean? Are we doing nothing to see but hear the truth, man? Are we doing 170 on the chat now? Anyway, like I say, guys, non-violence wearing a wig. My name is Lenny. I was, mate. I was. Do you know something as well, though, guys? The trolls actually cost me a lot of work. They keep complaining that I'm jobless, this, that, and the other. They actually, it's like they're manipulating people, because it's actually them that's costing me the work. What they'll do is, so just say someone comes on board and they want to sponsor me. Just say, for example, a protein company for the gym. That protein company will advertise it. The trolls will scroll through Instagram, find it on my story, and then harass the company, and the company pulls away because they don't want the bad publicity. That's what they keep doing, and it's never stopped. They're constantly. I was booked in for a talk at Sellafield in the Cumbrian Power Plant Company in December, in 2019 in March, just when the Trollum first started. I was doing 3 days. I was getting a good wedge for it, and the trolls phoned Sellafield up, filled them with a load of dribble, and I lost it. Didn't get it. So yeah, they've cost me a lot of work, man. Of course, I'm the Acros clear to see is fake, man. Mate, I don't think people do believe it. I just think they go with the narrative of Decca's are wrong. It doesn't matter. I could put up an enhanced DBS. I could put up everything, but they would find something to pick at. Do you know what I mean? I'm no danger to kids, man. Definitely not. And as I've explained in the grape allegation video last night, you'll probably see it. I explain the 2 stories clearly on the grapes, but you don't see all these clowns admitting to their faults. People say, "Oh, DC's owned up to hitting his mother." Oh, where's man? Oh, where's man? Nee man on this earth hit his own mother. Come on, like, how where's? Come on, how do you get a pass for that? Baz Roberts, can you do a training cycle? Do you know what it is, mate? All I'm looking for someone that's a really good filmographer that can follow me around. That's free. That doesn't work. That's free, and someone that can follow me around. That's available anytime that I need him, and start coming on a journey with me, and start filming and traveling around and doing different things. You know, because I've been offered to go to different gyms to train. I've been offered by like bodybuilders to make content with them, but I don't have anybody at the moment that can come with me and edit and film, and that's what I'm looking for. Like I say, Axel's a hard act to follow, man. He was top at his job. I mean, the last work that we done was the ghost hunt, wasn't it? In Edinburgh Vaults. Brilliant. But isn't it funny? Here's a one for you guys. Do you know the couple that came on the Edinburgh Vaults with us? That the man and the woman. Listen to this one. 4 months later, they end up moving 100 miles to the street next to me in Scotland. And then Rob, who was on the ghost hunt, ends up moderator on Humble Dryer's channel. So he comes on a ghost hunt with me. This is another one planted as a mole. Comes on the ghost hunt, moves the street next to me, and then he's moderating on Humble Dryer's channel, man. You couldn't make it up, man. Honestly, you couldn't make it up. I worry you. They do, mate. They do. They all listen. Like I say, I'm not special, me, man. What I can do is I can grow a channel. Unfortunately, this channel has went down the pan because it was supposed to be a mental health channel. I created it when I got sectioned, but it's as I say, man. I can't hold my water sometimes, and I bite, and I shouldn't. But I can't sit there and let people say things about me without defending myself, because if you don't defend yourself, people think you've got something to hide. So you've got to come up fighting, man. You've got to fight fire with fire. That's what I've learned now, that you have to. And Cyberbully Expose is doing a good job of exposing all this stuff. But like I say, guys, you can join as a supporter for 99p if you just click the join sign, and you'll get like a badge, because I'm wanting to bring a lot of my loyal members in as moderators on my channel, just to keep the scum away, because there's that many idiots. But yeah, British gangsters, mate. That's honestly, you couldn't make it up, could you? That ghost hunt, that bloke that was on the ghost hunt with me ends up moving to the street next to me 100 miles, moves 100 miles next to me, and then he's moderator on Tumble Dryer's channel, man. Couldn't make it up. Men are obsessed with you. It's weird. Listen, you've been a support, but I won't. I'm not. The name's a bit crazy, but you've been a loyal supporter of me right from the start, lass. If it's a lad or a lass, I don't know, and I respect you. And you're right. For some reason, they're obsessed. I don't understand why. I don't get it. I don't understand what this big obsession is with me. I just keep myself to myself. I don't bother anybody. I just keep myself to myself. I'm quiet. I just go to the gym, do my training. And unfortunately, you've got a pack of fucking hyenas snapping at the heels of a lion, and they're taking my niceness for weakness. Unfortunately, my hands are tied behind my back because of certain things that are going on legally, and the fact that I've got things coming up. Because the thing is, guys, you've got to understand, right? I know the loyal people tell me get out there and start chinning people and stuff, right? But you've got to understand this. How can I be an ambassador and help people and motivate people on one hand, then in my private life go knocking 10 miles of crap out of everybody, because that'll make me a hypocrite. I can't come on here and start preaching like for people to change their lives, and then on the other hand, me going out beating people up. It's a bit hypocritical, isn't it? But then again, if people are coming to your door, you've every right to fucking defend yourself. Do you know what I mean? I'm all right, Danny Vicarage, mate. How you doing, bro? You good? But like I say, I've no problems with Darren at all. I just don't like to be. I've got this thing about being controlled. I don't like it. I don't like people dictating to me. It's now or never. At the end of the day, I set it a date, and that was it. But I've no problems with him. But I think a lot of people are starting to copy Cyberbully Exposed now. That bloke, I mean, I don't know who he is. I'm surmising that he's a man. It could be a woman for all I know. But they come on the scene, and all of a sudden, everybody's copying them now. But listen, subscribe to Cyberbully Exposed, because that person is doing a really good job, and he's actually outing the real bad people. Do you know what I mean? But Sunset Jimmy should do a document. And you know what, mate? Listen, I had so many plans before Axel left, because people are saying that Axel left because of me. He never. Axel left because he was being harassed, and he had mental health problems like myself. And he had his address. Dildo was posting his address on YouTube. And, you know, Axel's not a fighting man. He just wanted a peaceful life to do his job. And Axel left because they were harassing him. And me and Axel had a lot in the pipeline. We were actually getting ready to interview the Yardies, the Jamaican Yardie gang. And we were also going to be interviewing the Albanians. That was all set up, ready to go. And then all of a sudden, boom, the podcast gets ruined. But like I said, I've still got a lot of things in the pipeline that I'm going to do with the podcast when I get it back. But it'll be in 2023 after the new year. Get everything out the way first, and then I'll do it. Do you know what I mean? Bob Flexer, all you do is whine and complain. What do you want us to do, mate? Do you want us to be constantly happy 24 hours a day that people are calling me a wrong one? What do you think, Bob? What do you reckon, mate? I mean, a lot of people watch me, but they're complaining. Bob, there's your couple of minutes of fame, son. But you watch me, you must enjoy something. Or is it just the drama? You like a bit of drama? Taxi, how are we doing, mate? Yes. Well, I'm back in England now, but when I was in Scotland, they got me kicked out of 2 gyms. They were ringing the gyms up, and this was in camp for the Jack fight when I was training for Jack. They actually had me kicked out of 2 gyms. They were ringing the gyms, not like because of like they thought I was a wrong one, because I just didn't want the bad publicity. They were actually family gyms. They were like quite respectable gyms, like not like the gyms that you can't make noises and stuff. Just going for a peaceful training session. And they were actually ringing the gyms up constantly sending them pictures, sending them into videos. You've got to remember, guys, they've actually been sending kids my intimate videos. Ghost, Decca, do I get apologies? You went off. You're not really saying it was bound to do. I can't stand. If I do apologise to you, mate, if it wasn't true, mate. Yeah, sorry, bud. You got to as well. You got to remember as well, guys. I don't like. I don't. It's a trust thing with me, because I don't know who's who behind YouTube, do you? You don't know who's who behind the profiles. So I mean, I get emails every day, and I don't really answer them, because it could, for me, it could be a setup. Do you know what I mean? So, but I do apologise, Ghost, mate. Like I say, I can be a bit erratic at times. I crush Sheriff. You know something, Danny? What people are saying, like, don't let it bother you. It actually doesn't anymore. Like, people think it does. It doesn't. You got to understand, right? And I know I keep going on about this algorithm thing. They need me on YouTube, right? Because I'm going to explain something, and I hope the trolls are listening to this, because there's a piece of pie for everybody. So I'm giving you a little bit of advice. If you don't use other people's content and make your own content and put my name in your titles and hashtag my name, you're going to get views. If I'm off YouTube, there's no algorithm. I haven't got any videos. What happens is, if you hashtag my name, when people search Decca Heggie, your videos come up. That's called the algorithm of YouTube. And the Decca Heggie algorithm at the minute is quite big on YouTube, because everyone's talking about me in a good way, in a bad way, whatever way. But the mistake they made was when I had the 33,000 podcast. They should never have got rid of me on that, because their channels would probably actually be 10 times bigger now. The bigger my channel gets, the bigger theirs get, because of the algorithms. But what the stupid idiots do is try and get rid of me, or they take content of mine, which just make your own content, man. The thing is with me, doesn't bother me. People use them. If people want to take videos of me, doesn't bother me. Just don't wrong me off. Simple as. There's a couple of channels that use videos of me, but they're not speaking crap, and I just leave them, let them get on with it. It doesn't bother me, building channels, man. I'm not jealous of people. I'm all for people building channels. Do you know what I mean? I mean, that Knives Down Fists Up documentary, though, you've got to admit it was a great one. And I'll tell you what, another thing I do want to explain. Dildo Dave actually tricked me into going to the L5 estate. Now, I know Darren took offence to that, and when he ended up turning up in Carlisle. But that was actually set up by Dildo, because I didn't even know it was Darren's estate. I only clicked on him thinking, wait on a minute. So I get on the estate on Grisdale, and I'm like, L5. I was a bit confused, but because Dave was planted, now thinking back, because Dave was planted as a mole, he set that up to cause trouble between me and Darren. And I didn't even know it was Darren's estate. I didn't even know where he was from, man. Because I don't know Liverpool. We went to like different places, like Croxford, Toxteth. We went to different places. We just went to all the roughest places to check them out, to try and find some youth to interview for the Knife Time documentary and stuff. Bob Flex of Deckerfield Rackpool. Always, man. Get a grip. If you're going to talk real, man, talk sense. I'll be honest with you, I watched Douglas's fight recently, and I've got to say that man can have a pagger like. He's a very good fighter, very, very good fighter. But a lot of travelling men are. It's bred in them, isn't it? But it's like everyone's saying about me sticking. I'm not sticking up for Paddy. I'm agreeing with him because he's speaking the truth about certain things. Listen, you don't have to be friends with someone to agree with them. People might not like me, but they can agree with what I'm saying on certain things. You know what I mean? Bob Flexer. Is any of my moderators on here? Get that clown off. He's just talking absolute crap. This is what I mean. Listen, like, if I don't mind, listen, give me a bit of crap all you want, but speak some sense, man. You just talk. I mean, you've been on the AO last night or something. To be honest with you, yeah, I do myself. As you know, I got a bad injury on my leg, like a really bad injury on my leg. I'll tell you what happened on the weights bench. People are saying it was the gear, load of crap. It was a trauma. If you see on the hospital statement, it was a trauma mark. What happened was there was a nail sticking out the bench. Somebody didn't screw it on. I walked past it. Unbeknownst to me, I've slit a little bit of skin open, but I thought I banged it. So you know when you get a dead leg, that's what I thought it was, a dead leg. Unbeknownst to me, I've got dirt and sweat in it, and I left it for 2 days, and it just blew up like a balloon. Ended up in hospital, and I had to get 2 inches of muscle cut out my leg. I was in there for over a week, and while I'm in hospital, I'm getting loads of people taking liberties, giving us loads of crap on YouTube. And Dean was one of them, calling us out when I'm in a hospital bed, man. I absolutely made short work of that man, and he's wanting another fight. It'll be even shorter this time. But what's the point? That's why I've retired. Thing is, that now that I've retired from fighting, people are starting to call me out, but they're not going to get me out because I'm retired. I'm not going to go back on my word. Simple as that. It's a mugs game, man. There's nothing. What's in it? I had 2 fights with Dean and DC. Never made a penny. It was all just for public entertainment. I only got into them fights through being wronged off, getting called at N. That's all. Non-violence, the order cleaners. Right, can I ask you the question, guys? Like, this is to the genuine people that had actually got a bit of a brain. How could they get my background checks without all my information? Passport, birth certificate, national insurance number. Where's man? Ignore it. Come on. Do you know what I mean? Like, seriously. Like, that's how you know it's fake. But the cult won't like take anything. They're not bothered. The cult will just, they've got their own little twisted fucking thing, their own twisted narrative, haven't they? Listen, right, here's a one for you. If Dildo had my real paperwork, or they all did, why are they asking me to put it up then? Because apparently they've got it. So why are they asking me? That one, all you talk about is bumming people, man. You've got serious issues, you, mate, honestly. Serious. Bob Flexer. Yeah, what a weird man you are, mate. Like, what a weird man. I'm good, man. General butt naked happening, Decca, Matt. Good spot on, bro. Yes, Decca, I have a fight coming up and would like a bit of info and advice, mate. In any way, yeah, just email me, mate, on deccareloaded@gmail.com. DECCAREA loaded@gmail.com, mate. I'll have a little chat with you about that. The thing is, guys, the only advice I can give to, especially to bare knuckle fighters, is don't worry about muscle. Don't worry that you think you've got to be this big old 18-stone monster. You don't. Muscles don't win your fights, man. It's cardio, fitness, and you've got to have a big heart. Because the thing is, a lot of people can take punches with gloves on, but it's completely different with your bare hands. Now, in the Dean fight, I didn't want to wear wraps. I was told to wear them, but I had my knuckles open. I'd rather just fight bare knuckle because it's called bare knuckle. Nowadays, they've all got their hands wrapped on all these bare knuckle shows. And that's another thing. The only reason I don't like to fight on the bare knuckle shows is because it's boxing rules. A proper bare knuckle fight is last man standing. Like, there's no rounds, man. But yeah, cyberbully's exposing the comments. There he is, guys. Go and sub to him. Go and sub to the fella. He's doing a good job exposing the wrong ones, man. But Durham Biker. Durham, let us know, mate. Did you get that? Did you get the spanner for the moderator, mate? Because I did make you moderator, Durham. Let us know in the comments, bro. Can't beat a nice cup of coffee in the morning, like. Non-violence. I know. Listen, mate, you don't need to explain yourself, bro. Just afternoon, Brian, mate. The only thing is, guys, right? The only reason when I'm saying to people join to become a member for 99p is you normally you're finding out who the your real loyal followers are. There's that many trolls, you don't know who's who. So that's why I set it up at 99 pence. But what I am going to do is I'm going to start giving to, I'm going to try and set something up for cyberbullying, like a charity. Get the link. I'm going to go and see a cyberbully campaign charity, get their link so the money goes straight to them and start raising money for them, because more things need to be done, man, about this cyber stuff. I mean, so many people take their lives every single day. Do you know what I mean? Cyberbully, Dr. Roasted Decca. Well, he hasn't he? He's been given us. I mean, people are saying that it's his character and he's playing a bit of a role, but like don't publicly shame me. You know what I mean? Like, don't publicly, yeah, mate. Being spot on, bro. Thanks to them. Decca, mate, do you know where Dildo Dave does his lives from his house, doesn't he? My gosh, listen. The thing is, listen, I'm not even going to speak about him that much, but listen, everyone knows DC made a name off the back of me. Now he's got a following. Now he's doing well. Good luck to him. I mean, I might as well start doing that myself. I might as well find someone with a big profile, and when I end them off, I'll end them off constantly for 3 years. I'll maybe end Tyson Fury off, get a bare knuckle fight out of him, get beat, and make him sell a big profile out of it. The thing is, everyone keeps going about Rackpole being the most respected man on YouTube. He drives around with a mobility scooter, man. And he's like, I don't know him. You got to remember, guys, right? You're following people you don't know. Like, do you know these people personally? All you're doing is going by word of mouth, by what they're saying. It's like Rackpole's channel, that 24,000 followers that he's got. They're bought subscribers then, because it doesn't add up to the views. You always know with people's channels when they bought subs, because the views don't add up to the subscribers. Do you know what I mean? Like, the views don't add up to the subscribers. So, but Cumbrian Black Bull is a non-violence. But cyberbullies, you're doing a good job. Well, I'm interviewing cyberbullies tomorrow, guys. Anyway, what time are we on cyberbully again? Did I tell you? Was it 9 o'clock? The N word isn't that, Craig. It's N. You know, the second one that he says, mate. Cyberbully. How are we doing, Claude? Spot on, mate. What time are we on tomorrow, cyberbully? Is it 9 o'clock? It'll be the first time cyberbully's done a live. So, like I say, listen, I do not mind helping people out 9 p.m, mate. 9 p.m, guys, tomorrow night. The thing is, I don't mind helping people out. I don't mind helping building people's channels. As long as you're on side and you're actually genuine, I don't mind helping you build your channel. Ghost, Danny Lockhart, it is. DC's real name's Lockhart. You just have to Google his family. Is it that Tyler? Who's his stepbrother's well, just type in Tyler Lockhart and Terence Lockhart, and you'll see that's his family tree. But nah, I do actually. Decca, can you lend us 20 quid? But no, it's nice to see that there's some loyal people on here. Do you know what I mean? I'll start doing these regular lives, But to be honest with you as well, I'd like to bring. If anybody's interested, genuinely, that ain't trolls, interested in coming on the lives, because Cesspit does it, but I don't. I want to bring people on that are genuine, that are like, actually, I'm like, it's not just all going to be about good, like me. I don't mind bringing people on that have an opinion about me. You know what I mean? Where they're all one-sided, they don't allow anybody else to have a word from the other side. So my one will be, I'll bring someone on from the good side, someone on from the bad side. You can have a debate. You know what I mean? Bring a bit of entertainment to it. Neil, man. But you're a moderator, Neil, aren't you? I made you a moderator. Morning, Decca, busy robbers. Listen, if anyone wants to become a moderator, how are you doing, Gated Angel? If anybody wants to become UKPA, how are you doing, bro? If anybody wants to become a moderator on this channel, go to the Cyberbully Expose interview tomorrow night on the upcoming event. Comment in the live comments, and I can make you moderator. Just be part of the team. You know what I mean? Trying to get rid of all the bullies, man. At the end of the day, YouTube needs to be a safer place, and with people like Cyberbullies on side, it's a good start. Do you know what I mean? And he's doing a good job. But nothing but, yeah, mate. Well, listen, nothing but, I know you're a spot on person. Do us a favour, bro. Comment in the Cyberbully Expose upcoming event. Comment in the live comments, and I can make you moderator by that way. But Sir Decca, I'll change my name to Mr. YouTube. Well, I might as well, because everyone's growing channels off me. I'm the landlord. Now I want to collect my rent. But no, well, that's going to be me for now, guys. I just thought, come on, get used to this lives again. I haven't done them for a while. It's nice to have a lot of people on. The thing is, I just wanted nothing but the truth. Just brought that up there. I want to put that on the screen. You've got this 60-year-old woman. Now, listen, I don't know who Gambino is. I don't know her. All I know is she's an old woman and she's being harassed and bullied. Yes, she puts herself in the situations, but she sticks up for me. She's got the bottle. She goes on the channel sticking up for me, and they're all attacking her, man. 60-year-old woman, they're all attacking her. And you know what it is? They don't even give her a voice. Like, they don't even let her speak. Like, they'll speak over her. They won't let her finish what she's saying because she's sticking up for me, and that's not right. My channel won't be about that. People can say what they want about me, and then someone else will get their say. You know, I'll be there to just hold the interview and let people talk. Do you know what I mean? And it's not going to be big talker. Aye, spot on, bro. That way, because I've been with your missus. What it is, you get all these people on YouTube, they're all jealous, aren't they? Because the missus have probably seen the old Loch Ness. And they're, oh no, don't look at that, please, babe, don't. Jokers, man. Aye, 60-year-old woman, Abraham. I've made you moderator, bro, didn't I? Sure, I made you moderator, bro. But yeah, so listen, thanks to all the people watching here. I'm gonna go now. But listen, tomorrow night, guys, 9 p.m. I go live with Cyberbully Exposed for the first time. All right, guys, God bless.